woo, goddamn, that was good, right? I mean, it was pretty good, right? But I mean, it started good, but then it did a weird thing, and then it went hard for the rest of the show. So that's pretty good, right? Let's be real. Let's be real for a second. If it didn't have that weird intermission, it would have been amazing. But they did have that intermission, so it wasn't. Anyway, let's actually run through the conference. To start the show, everyone's in this weird tent thingamajig, got a bit of a cult vibe going on, but then Gustavo Santaolalla comes out, he's got a beard, looking like a snack, and he just sits down and starts playing music. I understand that some people may have found this part boring, but I loved it. I adore Gustavo's music, especially his work on the Last of Us soundtrack. Seriously, if you haven't listened to his music, do yourself a favor and check it out. So, Gustavo's finishes the song, and then the gameplay for The Last of Us Part 2 starts, and it's in the same fucking place the conference is, you sneaky fuckers. I bet you think you're real clever, don't you? But seriously, I thought this was a really elegant move, and must have been pretty cool for the people that were actually there. Although, it did come back to bite them in the arse in a big way a little bit later. So, gameplay starts, and it looks gorgeous. It's nice to see Ellie again. I really love the character of Ellie, and it was great to see her enjoy a bit of happiness. But then of course it had to be ruined by some fucking incredible gameplay sequence. I was captivated from start to finish. I cannot wait to play this game. Still no release date though, which is pretty typical for Sony by now. Then we had to jump over to the panel with Sid, and that was just bizarre. I get they wanted to have this grand set piece for those in attendance, but it really hurt the pacing. Big time. I think you honestly could have had the best of both worlds though. Why not just play 10 to 15 minutes of trailers whilst the group are moving to the next location? Oh, but then the group misses out on all of the trailers. You know what? You shouldn't have fucking done it. It might have had a big wow factor, but the pacing was hit so hard that people now are dissatisfied with the conference. Which is insane considering the games that you showed off. Just learn from it and don't do it again. Or if you're gonna do it again, figure out a better way to do it. During this intermission, we found out that God of War's getting a new Game Plus mode, but no word on when we can expect it. And there was trailers for Call of Duty and Destiny 2, but I don't really give a shit about them. Do you? Now I'm going to take that silence as a yes, and just move on anyway. Then we had Ghost of Tsushima gameplay. There was a dude that played a pipe before the gameplay showcase, but if you ask me, that went on for a little bit too long. And he was mic'd up a little bit too well, if you know what I mean. You know, when you can tell the kind of inhaler that he uses. Anyway, onto the gameplay. It looks good. It looks really good. The environment looks gorgeous. I feel like feudal Japan needs to be a required setting for one game per console. It just looks so beautiful, and I feel like we need to see it more often. The combat also looks pretty good. It doesn't look like the standard Arkham combat, which is good. Well, at least I don't think it looks like Arkham combat anyway. The only issue I see with the game so far is in some of the animations within the combat. The big movements are fine, it's the more subtle movements I'm worried about. Like how when you're in the idle stance for combat, Jin's arms seem to shudder around a bit. Although it is kind of silly to obsess over this stuff since the game's probably still like pre-alpha or something crazy like that. And the game is definitely not going to be out for another year or so, so there's plenty of time to fix it up. It's also worth mentioning that all of the little interstitials you were seeing were made in Dreams, and that looks really fun. But it is kind of weird that it wasn't there in any big way. There's still no release date, we have no word on when the beta's coming out. I would not be surprised if that game gets pushed to 2019. Then we had Remedy's new game premiere, which was a big surprise because they've got a big history with Xbox. Their new game is called Control, and it looked really cool. It gripped me way more than Quantum Break ever did. However, it looks like some kind of a sequel to Quantum Break. Now, I don't think it actually is, that would be ridiculous, but just in the way that the camera moves or the effects that are on display, it looks almost exactly like Quantum Break, but with a female as the main protagonist. Then we had the Resident Evil 2 remake. Oh my god, boys and girls, it's real. It's actually happening. Can you believe it? And it looks incredible. I'm not even a fan of Resident Evil, but I'm so fucking excited for you guys. This looks awesome. The visuals look so well made, and the way that this looks, and given there was a Resident Evil 0 remake, kind of looking like I'm gonna have to go back and play it. And to top it off, the absolute mad lads put a release date on it, January 25th. After this, we got another game from Squanch Games. It's a VR game, and it's called Trover Saves the Universe. I love Justin Roiland's style of humour, so if I had a VR unit, I would definitely pick this one up. But alas, I do not. Then we got Kingdom Hearts 3. Again. Can you believe this game was at 3 different conferences? This trailer probably was the best of the bunch though. The pirates area looked pretty cool. But one thing I want to talk about, what is going on with the sound effects in these Kingdom Hearts trailers? It's not even that they're weird, it's that there aren't any sound effects. I think the problem for this might be that they haven't finished localizing the game yet for the Western audience, and we're probably a little bit lazy about it, so they just took out all of the sound from a trailer and just dubbed over it. That seems like the most logical thing to me, because when they're showing actual gameplay, there's sound effects and stuff. And then we got the long-awaited Death Stranding, and it was actually gameplay, and I still don't have a clue what's going on. However, this does provide enough, I think, that if you really spent some time, you could start piecing some stuff together. We also got 2 new actors to add to the slate, Lindsay Wagner and Leah Sudol. I hope I'm pronouncing those correctly, because they are fantastic actresses. The funny thing about this Death Stranding gameplay though, I think it might actually turn some people off of the game. Just because there was no crazy violence in it like there has been in the last trailers. There's nothing really insane or weird about it. It's just kind of seeing the same bits that we've seen before, but adding just a little bit on it every time. But don't you dare chuck me in that pile. I am 100% excited for this game. I'm super intrigued, and I believe in Hideo Kojima, as corny as that sounds. If there's one thing that man has commanded over the years, it's some respect and trust, so let's afford it to him. After that, we got a trailer for Neo 2 by Team Ninja. I haven't got around to playing the first one yet, but I really want to play it. And hopefully by the time the second one comes out, I will have played it and I'll be ready to rip some horns out of my head. Yeah, this looks so fucking cool. I love Japan. Then to close the show, we got more Spider-Man, and I can't believe how incredible this game looks. It's just so goddamn good. To say that Spider-Man is my favorite character of all time, of all things, is an understatement. And to see that he's been done some real justice in this game is incredible. It really is a dream, and I cannot wait for September to play this game. But then, in a surprise turn of events, even though the conference was over, they announced another game after the show. Now, it's a PSVR exclusive game, however, what makes it interesting is it's being made by From Software and Japan Studios. And from looking at the trailer, I might be a bit insane, but it looks like a Bloodborne prequel. I feel like a lot of the environments that they showed in that trailer are from Bloodborne. I think I've ran down those hallways, I've been in that weird kitchen, and I think that girl that we see in the trailer is the doll. Oh, by the way, it's called Deracine. So, all in all, was this conference fantabby-dozy awesome 2016 massacre awesome greatness? No. No, it wasn't. But was it bad? No. If you call this conference bad, you obviously did not see the awesome games that are on show. Was it a better conference than Microsoft's? No, I don't think it was. The showcase that Microsoft put on was extraordinary. However, I still think that Sony showed way better games. So to clarify, Sony's conference, not bad, not amazing. It's somewhere between fine and good. But for some reason, whenever I think about it, I think it's amazing just because of the games that were shown. And the main reason that it didn't reach the height that it should have was because of that weird intermission. Please don't do that again. Anyway, that's it for this review. Wait a fucking second. No Prince of Persia, no Superman, and no Avengers. What?